Hello and welcome to our next video about easily confused words. And today we're going to look at almost compared with nearly. In fact, we're going to look a little bit wider than that because we're going to also look at hardly and only just and not quite. All of these have similar meanings. So let's start with almost versus nearly. In most situations, you can use almost or nearly, and the meaning will be the same. So you can say it's almost 9 o'clock, or it's nearly 9 o'clock. Same. He is almost 25 years old, he is nearly 25 years old. Same. But there are some exceptions. Negatives. In most situations, you can't say almost didn't or nearly didn't. You can say I almost didn't make it in time, but it's very informal. One alternative is hardly, H-A-R-D-L-Y. Hardly means almost didn't or almost can't. And another alternative is only just, which means the same thing. So for examples, I hardly made it in time, or I only just made it in time. I can hardly remember when I was a child, or I can only just remember when I was a child. Or I can remember when I was a child, but only just. You probably wouldn't say but hardly at the end of that last example instead of but only just. So hardly can be used in some situations where only just can't. In these situations, hardly means not very much or very little or not really. So, for example, I hardly knew her. I didn't know her very well. Or sometimes it could mean it was hard for me to recognize her if I saw her after a long time and her face had changed. You've hardly touched your food means you have eaten very little. So you believe that all people are equal. It's hardly a new idea. It's not a new idea, and you probably didn't need to say it. Another alternative is not quite. This can get confusing because sometimes it means nearly. So, for example, it's not quite 10 a.m. Other times it means you weren't successful. For example, after the road accident, he nearly survived, but not quite, meaning that he died. Or after the road accident, he nearly died, but not quite, meaning that he lived. Nearly and not quite are often used together like this. I'm nearly 10 years old, but not quite. I nearly passed my exam, but not quite. Okay, over to you. You try. Something arrived to mean I arrived a few moments ago. And we'll do the usual thing here, and I'll move on fairly quickly to the answers. You need to pause it if you need more time. So the answer is, I only just arrived a few moments ago. It's something 10:30 a.m. In fact, it's 10:28 a.m. right now. And the answer is almost or nearly. It's almost 10:30 or it's nearly 10:30. Oh my God, that car hit us. It something missed us, but something means the car came close to missing us, but it didn't. And the answer is, oh my God, that car hit us. It nearly missed us, but not quite. Don't worry, it's something over. We're close to the end of something bad. And the answer is almost or nearly. Oh my God, that car, something hit us. The car came very close to hitting us. And the answer is almost or nearly. It's been so long since I saw you. I something recognized you, meaning I didn't know it was you at first. And the answer is hardly. I hardly recognized you. Next one. I something passed my exam. I got 49%. And this one, almost or nearly again. I something made it to the bus in time, meaning the bus left as soon as I got on. And the answer is hardly or only just. I was in such a rush to get to school, I something had time to eat breakfast, meaning I had time to eat breakfast, but I had to be really quick. Hardly or only just. Oh my God, that car, something hit us, but something. The car came close to hitting us, but it didn't. Oh my God, that car nearly hit us, but not quite. Next one. I something ever go to the cinema. I don't go very often. And the answer is hardly. I hardly ever go to the cinema. Next one. I nearly got to the bus in time, but it was close, but I didn't make it in time. And this one is not quite. And this is the end, my friend. See you next time.